Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Street Journals. It's a slightly different format for this video. I did actually record an intro on location, but my camera decided to not focus at all that day, and I thought I'd do a proper video for all of you who are watching. The main premise for the video was that I had about half an hour to go and do some street photography in and around Old Street. I haven't really shot in Old Street that much. It doesn't really interest me massively, just because it's become very trendy in the past few years, and I feel like a lot of the history has sort of been pushed to one side. If you look at images from Old Street 60 years ago, it looks completely different, but today it's very trendy. However, there are still a few little hidden gems in Old Street, and I'm always looking to try and find something interesting in the mundane. So as usual, I had my GoPro running the whole time, and I thought I'd just walk you through my process and behind the scenes, and then we'll just have a chat about my favourite images at the end of the video. So I walked past this old laundrette and I thought I'd try and get a decent image. I got this, and it's nothing special. It's sort of more of a warm-up image, to be honest. Anyway, this is sort of what Old Street tends to look like. A lot of like kebab shops now, a lot of tattoo shops. But there's a lot of graffiti around, as you can see, and I thought I'd try and make something out of this type that was on the edge of a wall. And I really like this image, but I really prefer this image. I think the colours and everything work quite well. Walking around a corner, I came across a bus stop with the sun behind it. Got this image, not really that fussed about it. Then I came across this, it was a little further on, and I got this sort of black and white image, and I kind of like it, I kind of don't. I'm sort of nonplussed about it. It's quite a funky depth of field anyway. But underneath this bridge there was a shard of light, and I stood there for a little while and just got different people walking across. And I made this sort of triptych image, and I quite like this. It's sort of, I don't know, it works quite well as a set of three. Individually it's not great. Then I came across this bus stop, and there was a puddle in the bus stop, and I waited for a cyclist to come along. Lo and behold, somebody did, and I got this image, which is my favourite image from the shoot. I really like the depth of field, I like the mood in the image, and I like the reflection. And then before you know it, another cyclist comes along and he just drives straight through the puddle. And this creates a really funky black and white image that I like quite a lot. And that's pretty much it. That's all I had time for. Just started heading back to where I came from. As you can see, the light is sort of fading now. There wasn't really much interest left to photograph. So like I said earlier, my favourite image is of the guy cycling past the reflection in the bus stop. I really like the yellow lines on the floor and the red lines on the floor, creating that little bit of colour. And I also really like the reflection. It came out quite nicely. The depth of field is really, really nice. I was shooting, I can't remember what my settings were. I'll write them on the bottom if I can find them. But I was also shooting on my Sigma 85mm 1.4, which is just an absolute dream of a lens. It makes everything look super crispy, and you get some really nice depth of field as well. So props to this lens for pretty much allowing me to get that image. That pretty much wraps up this episode of Street Journals. Thank you ever so much for watching. This was a bit of a weird one. I know I'm sitting down in my room, and it's a bit of a weird setting, but like I said, I wanted to create a proper intro for you guys, and I quite like this format as well. So if you are interested in more videos like this, more sit down, more talking head videos, then let me know. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode.